Kung ano ang ating itatanim, siya din ang ating aanihin. Your Excellencies, that's the Filipino version of whatever we sow, we shall reap. And we are gathered here today to sow, to reap actually, to harvest what many, many people 50 years ago worked so hard for. So it is my privilege to welcome my fellow ASEAN foreign ministers. Dear delegates, colleagues in governments, friends, I welcome you back to the Philippines with the peace and friendship that underlies our relations at the bilateral and regional level, and as proud brothers and sisters in the success of the ASEAN at 50. ASEAN began as a mechanism for promoting regional peace and stability, and for accelerating economic growth and social progress in Southeast Asia region, peace and partnership among 5 founding members. In the media forum a few minutes ago, so many questions about conflicts or about different national interests or about potential arguments among the ASEAN states and between the ASEAN states and other regional players. What many have forgotten is that when the founding fathers, the 5 founding members came together, it was a very sensitive time in history. And I think the problems we face today, while very challenging and real, we cannot say it is lighter we cannot make light of the situation our countries were in 50 years ago. We were all young nations then, bound physically by our shared geography and ideology, through our similar values and tradition that underpinned our priorities for growth. We have come so far since then, and the ASEAN story unfolds in numbers. 50 years ago, ASEAN population was 184.5 million with an approximate GDP of $3.5 billion. 50 years later, after much hard work of our grandparents and parents, there are now 600 million people and a combined GDP of $2.4 trillion US dollars and foreign direct investments of over 120 billion US dollars. ASEAN is now the 3rd largest economy in Asia, the 7th largest in the world in 2016, and poised to become the 6th largest economy in the world. ASEAN has made tremendous strides in efforts towards regional integration, in particular through establishment of ASEAN as a community in 2015. We have moved closer than ever to realizing the goals and objectives of our community in all its 3 pillars, as enshrined in the ASEAN Vision 2025. Brothers and sisters, if you look at ASEAN in terms of trade, foreign investment, tourism, and other cooperations with Europe, with the US, with Japan, with Korea, with China, you can see how tremendous the numbers and how the growth has been. But there is so much potential in trade, investments, in tourism, in cooperation between the ASEAN states that gatherings like this are not only a celebration of our past, but actually a gathering of our potential and a gathering for us to decide how we can help each other more in the next 50 years. Of course, that we will pass to Singapore next year, who will carry the burden on their shoulders of shepherding the ASEAN symbolically in the next 50 years. At every milestone, it is important to look back so that we know exactly how far we have come and understand what it will take to go further and fly higher. Here is the Philippines. Here in the Philippines, we have a saying, the man who does not look back to where he started will never get to where he is going. Our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, reminded our young people about this, to always look at history, always look at where we came from, and it is but up that we look at the 50 years of ASEAN and we congratulate ourselves of what we have become. Can I ask us all to applaud ASEAN at 50 years old? May I just reiterate the statement of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte when he said, we consider all of you not just our neighbors, not just our friends. We do not look only at our bilateral relationship, but you are our brothers and sisters here in ASEAN. We are proud of the diversity of our cultures, our history, and our national identities. But we also recognize the strong fraternal bond that unites us all, our common dream to build a peaceful, caring, prosperous, dynamic ASEAN connected with our people. We have 3 long and mentally challenging days ahead of us, during which we will take up a number of complex issues, some sensitive issues. We won't always agree, but the ASEAN way of coming up with a consensus has worked for 50 years, and it will not fail in the next few days. Some are familiar, some are recurring, and form part of the fabric of our shared history. Other issues are new and unexplored, and are part of unexplored territory, and will take our shared willpower and determination to understand and to solve. Tonight, however, allow me to invite you to pause and savor our victories, the sweetness of what we have achieved through hard work, persistence, faith, and for all of those who played the peacemaker role that the ASEAN would be one. This is the ASEAN way. So please relax and enjoy as we partner with the world, as we partner for change, as we engage the world. We're also here to change the world the ASEAN way. Good evening, and please enjoy the night.